Hello everybody and welcome back. I'm Count Christo and this is the Takeda campaign in MEIOU&Taxes. I haven't come up with a name yet. You know what the name is, of course, because it was on the first episode. But I haven't decided. I don't know, the unification of Japan. I don't know. I'll come up with something. Anyway, thank you ever so much for joining me. Let's see what we can do to go to war, shall we? So, how much is an infantry going to cost us right now? 28! My goodness me. Maybe we shouldn't have built that boat. That's a lot of money. It's a lot of money for a little economy like ours. And how much is it going to cost us per month? I don't know. We'll see. 0.42. That's our entire profit. Literally exactly. Oh, not anymore. Well, that's not good. I wonder if that's why you deleted your troops. Because you were making so little money. So obviously our autonomy here is not too bad, but our autonomy down here is, yeah, 100%. Unsurprisingly. I didn't actually look at the modifiers down here. Oh, there is a Mori clan here. Interesting, I remember the Mori. Very cool. Oh, we own Hiroshima. Cool. Hiroshima-wan, which I guess means bay or... The Hiroshima-man. Oh, there you go. Hiroshima Bay. Cool. We make a Monday Urban good. Oh, we actually have... stuff down here. Cool. So our greater nobles are going to be far richer than us because we own, you know, 23.6% of this province, and then they own 100% of this much nicer province. Okay, interesting. They're making rice down there. We're making rice here. I'm going to go out on a limb and say rice is probably pretty common around these parts. Yeah. Rice. Some tea, some cows, well, livestock, and what's that? Tobacco. Tobacco? Really? I thought tobacco was a New World crop, exclusively. They had it in Japan before it was imported from America? Huh. Maybe it's a different kind of tobacco. Maybe they're smoking something different. Anyway, some fish. Some lumber, you know, nothing that exciting. In terms of gold mines, there's one about here, somewhere around here. Oh right, you can do it on the trade map, of course, can't you? I think there's a gold mine here in Shogun 2. Oh, we have an iron mine. Oh, there's a gold mine. Cool. Okay, another iron mine. Okay, so this guy would be a great conquest to start out with that that gold mine. That'd be lovely. Really hope we can make a profit with this ship. I was reading the patch notes for patch 3 for 2.5 MEIOU&Taxes, and like 4 of the patch notes in a row, the first 4 are all about nerfing privateers, which makes me sad. Because privateers were so powerful. Oh, come on. Simultaneously? You gotta be kidding me. That's unfortunate. Well, I'm going to leave them there because, you know, I just want them to go straight back. Alright, our rank got downgraded. I love that sound effect. We'll improve for 1 tick with the Shogun before they take our diplomat away, I'm guessing. A wandering holy man. Let him preach, but there's a small chance of church displeasure. Oh no, we got to keep him, cool. Or arrest him for vagrancy. It's only for 2 years. I'm not going to spend 5 mil points on that, that's fine. Ask us to do something about the wandering holy man. It's unclear if they are truly the ones bothered by this, or if they're asking for the temples. The temples don't like it. That's fine. I'm not worried. Our navy's done. So, do we want to protect trade in the north, or do we want to privateer down here? Well, we're going to do it the best way I know how. Or maybe we want to protect trade down here, because there's probably far more trade power in the north, given, you know, the presence of central capital and all that. Let's try protecting in Nippon first. Trade goes from 0.07 to... I think that's a loss-making fleet right there. So that was 0.5. Sorry, 0.4 we got out of that. How about if you protect in Korea? We could, of course, move our capital to Korea. Obviously, there's more wealth in the north, but not by much. We have much more power in the north because, unfortunately, this is being... No? I was going to say it's being influenced by... Why do we have so much more power in the north? Oh, the boat. Right. And this is being modified by not home node. So we might want to move to the south. There's a tiny bit less money, but I bet there's less power. Yeah, there's way less power in the south. So despite being a northern power, we might end up trying to make our way in the south here. Same amount of money. Did I actually change him? I did. Maybe we should collect in the south. Interesting. For now, we can privateer just Manchuria north-south. Manchuria... Oh, whoops, didn't mean to actually send in there. Much more trade power in Manchuria. Fair enough. Let's try privateering Korea. See how much we make from that. So we're getting 0.4, protecting in either of them. See what privateering is going to get us. We need these tiny fractions of ducats because they're going to fund our infantry. There we go, 0.8. I don't want to privateer in the node of my liege. That seems ill-advised to me. So we'll privateer in the south. Will annoy some people down here, but that's one ship. They'll get over it. What kind of rebels are those? Wugu Pirates. Sorry, I didn't see the name. Maybe it didn't say Wugu. So these guys, he likes us now, right? So if I went to declare here, as a subject, you may not declare war without your shogun's approval. So when it says the subject of Bakufu, is that the name? No. He has no heir. Ooh, you should get my dynasty. No. So maybe you can't ever get your dynasty on other people's thrones as a non-Christian. Maybe I'm just remembering wrong. I just always play Christians, man. So who does that mean when it says without as a subject of... Maybe that's the name of like the administrative system of a shogunate. So all the AI appear to have deleted their troops, which is interesting. Except our ally, which is great. Oh, he has irrigation canals. Lucky you. Do you have them? He does, we're the only ones. I'm jealous. Level 1. Also level 1. He's getting this lovely gold. 3 ducats of gold revenue. Oh, I'm very jealous. I think what we're going to do first is declare war on him and then immediately move to siege this guy. Sado, don't you have a gold mine? Maybe not yet. Maybe that's in historical. Unhistorical, sorry. Ahistorical is what I was going for from Shogun. Or maybe it was just too small gold mine for the MEIOU&Taxes people to feel like modelling. Okay, we can do the stuff. I would like to demand something from you. So they're so influential that these are hugely impactful. That's interesting. Maybe this one counts your tradition as well. I would assume because they were so influential it would be higher. It must count yours as well. Don't think we want any of these really. I mean, rural pop growth is probably good because we probably start below the cap. This could be nice before doing a big peace deal. You obviously, on the other hand, are not going to have very good bonuses because they only got 13% influence. 8 legitimacy? You know what? That's a year working the fields. But I doubt that event does fire every year. Apart from anything else because we have more than 1 year pass. I don't think we want anything from them right now. I don't really want to give... Well, our corruption is trending up a lot. We're going to get like 25% corruption. It's only 5% sooner. So sure. We're going to immediately give some... Oh, 7. I might actually trend down now. Yeah. So we're at the corruption, you know, equilibrium now. I think that's good though. You know, getting a little bit of loyalty with those guys early on. Definitely valuable. So we're making less than before because even with... No, it is paying for itself now by 0.02. Good. Very good. Inflation obviously also rising. Hey, nice. I didn't check out our ruler. My goodness. We have a 333, 333. I have a feeling these numbers might be auto-generated. And we got 100 admin power rather than this guy getting an extra monarch point. 49, it's not the worst thing in the world. Tech and idea costs are down, but stability's up. Missionary strength, local prestige, yearly prestige and tolerance down. And greedy. Greedy's really not very good. But this is quite nice, especially if we decided to switch up, you know, going away from freaking logistic. What would I take? Aestheticism is a phenomenal idea group. Economic, another pretty good idea group, especially this. And that's minus 3.12 costs on everything, based on the idea that you always have more than zero inflation, because it gives you a trending point of your inflation. Let me explain this more fully in case people don't understand. Inflation, corruption, prestige, and legitimacy. And are there any others? I think it's just those three. All trend towards a certain point. And that number can be higher than 100 or lower than 0, but in which case it just hits 100 and then stays there. This is the same way legitimacy and prestige work in vanilla, except legitimacy in vanilla almost always trends towards a number above 100. It's different, however, for inflation and corruption compared to vanilla. Our corruption is slightly above the point at which it's trending to, which is controlled by the sum of the modifiers that increase it, obviously, minus the sum of the modifiers that decrease it, in which case, in our case, it's ticking down. And the reason it trends towards a certain point is because the higher you get of either corruption, prestige, legitimacy, or inflation, the more you get reduced per year by a modifier just based on the height of those things. So legitimacy, for example, we get minus 0.37 from legitimacy. And corruption, we get minus 1.51 from corruption. Now, our inflation is way below that limit, so I don't mind at all if it goes up, because basically I just consider myself at the equilibrium most of the time. And so I don't mind if we're moving ourselves closer to it, because that's just hastening the inevitable, which isn't, that bad. Except when it's death. But that's a whole different discussion. So, sorry about the siren. So this idea here, I'll just mute myself. I live on a main road. I'm sorry. So, plus 0.02 yearly inflation reduction, because unlike all the other modifiers in the game, for some reason, yearly inflation is shown as a reduction. Why isn't this just a negative number? Anyway, never mind. Getting that 0.02 in our current situation would remove 20% of our increase of inflation. 25%, in fact, sorry. Which would mean that our equilibrium point would be 25% lower. It would be about, I believe, 3.2% lower. But now I'm talking about it, I'll load the spreadsheet. Give me a second. We can keep playing while it loads. Because you can work out, 0.01 yearly inflation reduction is worth a certain amount lower equilibrium inflation point. And because inflation increases the costs of everything by 1% per 1%, getting a lower inflation equilibrium by 1% is essentially 1% lower costs on everything, which obviously is pretty good. 0.01 yearly inflation equals 2 lower floor. This one idea right here, assuming you have, again, an equilibrium higher than 0, is 4% lower costs on everything. That's unspeakably good. Not just because that means buildings are cheaper, infantry is cheaper to build, all things are cheaper to build, but also because all of these numbers will be 4% lower. These numbers are affected by inflation. They get higher when you have more inflation. That's true, isn't it? I'm pretty sure that's true. It's not showing right now, I think, because we have less than 1. Maybe it rounds down. I swear these are influenced by inflation. So it's an incredibly good modifier. All right, spreading rumors. Anyway, back to the game. Let me close my spreadsheet here. Don't need that slowing down the game. Do you want to save changes? I didn't make any changes. Our spies have uncovered a nasty piece of information about another daimyo that could probably not want to see reach the imperial court. We can use this to weaken his position. However, getting a reputation for spreading rumors will likely harm our prestige. Idea cost. Until the death of our guy. We get minus 1 Diplo rep, but minus 10% idea costs. Ooh, or you can get spy network construction. That's pretty good, but I really want to switch idea group. So I love the idea of 10% lower idea costs, and that's clinched it in my mind. We're going to abandon the idea group, and we are going to replace it with with economic, I think, because that's just so good. Then the interest is okay. Production efficiency 20% is very nice. This is very nice, obviously mostly for later on. This is okay for the trade power. The construction cost is worthless for reasons that I won't go into now. I will later, but this is almost entirely worthless because of how stacking modifiers work. I'm going to do a whole video about that. Tax is obviously pretty good. Trade efficiency is okay. Worth remembering, though, something I didn't know until very recently. Trade efficiency hurts global trade power in MEIOU&Taxes. So we have this being lowered by 1.4% due to trade efficiency. It's worth remembering. You can stack trade efficiency very high, but then you might find yourself suffering for trade power. So I think we're going to take economic. The only other contender in my mind is asceticism, which is also extraordinarily good. Obviously, the tolerance of heretics is bad because that hurts your conversion, and you should be converting heretics. You know, what are you, some kind of heretic? So you get stability, construction cost. 10% is still not very good, but high enough to be not entirely negligible. That's just outrageously good. Obviously, the missionary strength is nice. Tolerance is good. Production is good. And the rural goods produced is good. I think we're going to take economic. Yes, which means we really should focus admin. We obviously can't afford an advisor, not even close. It does mean, of course, we are without our Japanese ideas until we finish the idea group, which is a downside, but, you know, play the long-term game. I suppose I should play the long-term game a bit less, considering we're probably going to run this campaign for only, like, I don't know, however long it takes us to unify Japan. You know, never know. It could be absolutely freaking impossible. Maybe it'll take us 400 years. We shall see. So we're working our way back towards those claims. The Ashigara absolutely loves us. I've no idea if that's going to influence events or decisions and stuff, but I kind of hope it does. What's the one about this? Yeah. We have to have at least 5 provinces in, or owned by us or a subject in the Japanese islands before we can do this. I'm guessing once we have that appointment, plentiful manpower, nice, we'll be allowed to declare war, maybe? But I'm just guessing. A new plague. Wait, isn't that in Estra? Yeah, that's in it's in Iberia, right? Oh god. Castile is going to have to contend with both all the strife from their civil war and a plague. It's probably because I turned off the Terra Incognita for a second there to go and look at the tech that we got that event. I think we shouldn't have got that event. Average drill, obviously, none. We're still making that money from privateering. No one's come to block our privateers. Privateers, good. So we might want to move our trade capital down here. We'll see. What happened with that war? Still going on? Yeah, so you're probably out of manpower. And these guys are just going to go down each month. They have loads of war score just from the blockade. And maybe the war goal as well? Yeah, they're a defender. Okay. So they are going to be able to actually win the war. Be very dissatisfying if they were the attacker. Shouldn't have attacked into a level 3 fort, should you? The finest in Japan, don't you know? Or at least on par with the finest in Japan. So there are no actual forts in Japan that I can see. No zones of control to worry about. That's good. We'll be able to move freely. Apart from obviously these impossible mountains. If you haven't noticed, by the way, Fiji's floating. A Shinto shrine for Aki. Currently, significant tolerated minority. If there's no chance of getting any more of them, I'm very happy with the 15 ducats. Like, outrageously happy. That's going to allow us to train another troop and maintain him for a good deal of time. But then we get discovered again. Oh my goodness me. Oh well. We'll be okay. We'll be okay. We'll push through. Production research flawed. Ignore them. I love how ignoring them means you don't actually lose any production research. Just don't mind the scientists. It'll go away. Or maybe they weren't scientists, I don't know. Maybe they were just an angry mob saying like, stop it. Something like that. That's how angry mobs sound, right? Grr. We caught someone. What you doing spying on me? How dare you? You can't attack each other without Shogun's approval, don't you know? They did rival me. Fair enough. I kind of feel like you should be able to attack your rivals Sorry, those who have rivaled you, your enemies, as they're called in game. I believe that's how they're called, right? How they're called? That's what they're called. I was speaking properly. Yes, enemies. Interesting, so these guys didn't rival us, probably because they set up, 3 hours before we could. Uchi has rivaled us. These guys, right, they're at peace. But they're essentially unassailable. And not just because they have these 2 allies, but because they require 6,000 men to siege, which is a ludicrously high number for us to try and muster right now. So with 2 infantry, if we declare war on this guy, these guys, I'm assuming, have no transports. We could check the Honma. Hey, Honma. Oh, right, no search function. The one time I remember the search function is in the game where it doesn't exist. Honma. Honma. 1,000 men. Oh, isn't boats just here? Oh, no, Navy quality first, of course. And Honma. 1 boat. It's a light ship. So we might need to be careful with our light ship, but they can't transport men to us. So that's good to know. With 2,000 men, obviously because we now have the treasure chest to hire the second guy, we put 1 on here and 1 on here while we raise up the estate levies, which I'm really hopeful is going to be 3,000, but I'm betting is going to be 2,000 men. 1,000 from each, because you can't get less than 1,000 from an estate, I believe. Let's say, consort of the people. No, thank you. I'll take the legitimacy. So we put 1 here, 1 here. That prevents this guy especially from raising his estate levies. Oh, we have enough. Nice. That stops this guy from raising his estate levies, which is really valuable. And then it also stops this guy from raising at least half his estate levies. Then we bring our estate levies, 1 from here, 1 from here. We block the next one. We hope this guy helps us siege here. What are we going to do? Promise land and then break it, I guess? Oh, we gained the Civil War conquest. I'm guessing this is actually a period of war then. Okay, so not just a normal conquest CB. I wonder if it's like a super powerful CB, or I wonder if it just like forces you to puppet them, or to vassalize them, that is. I wonder a lot of things. I'm guessing there's some kind of unlawful territory mechanic, and he's going to get mad with us. Especially if we take it off, someone who's under the same liege. So I think we should go above 200 loyalty. We can invest in an idea, and hey, it's going to give us innovativeness. Because no one else has taken economic ideas, apparently. Sweet. So we are obviously going to take poll taxes slightly late, but that's fine, because the idea group, it will make it cheaper, and it's a great idea group. So, We will also probably get a diplomatic idea group, like as soon as we get poll taxes. We will unlock one. We don't need forecastles. Our privateers are doing fine without forecastles right now. Forecastles in 1361? Or I guess 69? That seems early to me, but then I don't know much about the timeline of ship inventions. Forecastles, incidentally, if I could find a boat. Forecastles are the front bit. This bit here. This one doesn't really have one. I don't know if it counts the forecastle unless it's like a separate deck. Maybe it does. I guess it does on a yacht, but that's kind of just using the words because they're cool even when they don't really apply, I guess. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I will look forward to seeing you in the next one. We will probably declare this war. I know I said that last time, but this time I mean it. We actually got the claim. I do want to wait for a claim on this province. Because this is just a lovely province. I'd love to take this. It's got all kinds of cool stuff. Oh, it's got a temple. A Nichiren temple. These lands are dominated by the Nichiren school of Buddhism. Cool. And Sugawan is a bay as well. Cool. Awesome. But until next time, thank you ever so very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, please do hit the like button. It helps out a great deal. And I'll see you very soon. Bye-bye.